No, this one just...
This is brand new?
Yeah, this one.
And it drops here. So this is concrete slabs that go into the brick. And when the water comes on the perimeter, it lands down the concrete and drips into the wall. I'm gonna open this.
Okay.
And it just gets into this slab, you see it? Yep. So as we can see here, these pockets had failed and the perimeter has failed. The water got inside here, got underneath to the nth degree. The water saturated the insulation below, and now there's water under and above. When that water hits that insulation, it turns soggy and it no longer is doing its job. So the area below us is saturated, filled with water, and actually locks the water in, and it starts to disintegrate from the inside out. And you could see the perimeter. We've actually done repairs here to try to stop the water from getting in anymore, which means I've cut the roof, vacuumed the water out, and done repairs to get it to stop leaking today until they get the specs together to replace the entire roof. But this is TPO at its worst. This is the end of the line. This is done. You don't spend any more money doing this. So TPO is one ply. Watch this roof. There's water underneath the entire surface of the entire roof. This whole thing is filled with water. The basic of this is that it comes in these pockets and holes from the pockets. And I'm going to take you down to the other side and we're going to show you the details here. As we always say, all the water is pitched towards the drain. But we see the sagging, but we see it on the next level. People have tried to coat this roof, but it's not the top surface or the seams. It's the perimeter metal and these pockets, these boots, they're called boots. Come with me, I'll show you. We have tried for years to try to stop these leaks. The damage is so far gone that the roof needs to be replaced. Watch the wind hit the roof. You can actually see that there's nothing adhered at all. This roof is going bad and barely holding the water out of it. As we know, the water needs to go above it, not underneath it. In this case, it's under. Come, I'm going to show you how bad it gets. This is the worst area of the roof. My guys have come here, cut the roof open, and actually vacuumed the water out from underneath. All underneath here, the insulation is completely saturated with water, disintegrated, and the roof is no longer doing its job protecting from the elements. It is done, and at the end of its line. This is the point where you stop wasting money, you save every dime, and you rip it and replace it. There is no coming back from something this far gone. And our goal is to avoid anything ever looking like this or getting to this point, because it's bad. The water being underneath the roof defeats the purpose of having a roof at all. But you see how that's open? The water comes in here and it lands in our ceiling right there. Okay. See how the metal's open? This is a TPO roof. It's put down in a layer where it's adhered at the seams and it's anchored above insulation. The most important part of this roof are these boots and the perimeter. You see how the perimeter splits open? When it moves, water gets in there, it expands and contracts. The slab we saw downstairs is the structure below our feet. When the water gets on the perimeter, it lands into the cement, travels down the seams and lands inside the building in between the seams. This roof, as you can see, sags. Most of it is because the perimeter is splitting and the pockets are open. A lot of these allow water to go in. These are actually in better shape. Come, I'm gonna show you. So as we see, sometimes they're better, they're finished where the water can't go through, and other times they're not. You can see all the flashings around here are pretty tight. You can see the way the lines are seamed, and you can actually see the seams. But here, at the perimeter, that is caulking, and it keeps moving separate. It's splitting open, allowing water to enter and land inside the building. It also ruins the roof. The insulation below this cannot get wet. When it gets wet, it starts to sag. When the insulation sags, it has puddles, and the roof is no longer pitched towards the drain. All of the water comes to the drain, under and above. When it gets underneath, it gets soft. As the insulation gets soft, you can see it starts to belly. And then when the water goes underneath, it starts to split open the seams. This leak is caused by the perimeter. What we want to do is remove that caulking and seal it properly with the correct material. It would just be a peel and stick type of material that we would use for rubber or TPO. And that should hold the roof to the perimeter metal until they replace this roof.